Okay, guys, let's go ahead and continue on with finding out what our punishment really entails. So, I trust you all have seen the old classrooms and dorms near the western wing, correct? I've been trying to revamp them to make way for new students coming next year. However, no matter how many cleaning crews we hire, they are always there after a few. They always quit after a few weeks. That's where you three come in. You'll join our senior cleaning committee members, and we'll do the best you can for a few months to clean up the classrooms and dorms. Hey, isn't this a bit much? I mean, are you really going to force a bunch of students to clean for you? Miss Levins gave the man a look that went straight for her desk. She pulled out a manila folder that seemed to be filled to the brim. There were even stinky notes with exclamation marks written in the black marker. Stephen, you have been accused of sleeping with a total of 2 teachers. That's it. That still works. That still work here, might I add. Did you forget that, or am I hallucinating? Shouldn't they be fired? Sleeping with a student is out of the question. As well as 5 underage students. All this at the age of 18. There's also mentions of disorderly conduct, smoking in the dorms, causing fires, showing up to class late, and fondling a classmate in front of a window facing an ongoing gym class. If anything, you should be expelled. Gross. Oh, I missed something. Oh, shoot. Daniel and I stepped back, not wanting to catch whatever the man surely had. The room fell silent for a moment before he laughed to himself without a care. It was then that I realized where I'd seen him before. The man was Stevie Lovestick, or rather, Stephen Lovestick. Still, he has the last name of Lovestick. What else do you really expect? He was the one that walked out of the girls' dorm as if it was just another Tuesday. I thank the gods that he was being punished for it, yet felt offended that my offense was considered just as bad as his. So expel me. There's no point in keeping me here. I've done my time. I'm ready to get out of here anyway. And where do you expect to go? Surely not back home. You've chosen to act like a man, so take responsibility as one. Now stop throwing a tantrum and accept the punishment. We're being nice here. Like everyone's just like, nope. Jesus, who knew there was such a criminal in this procedure? Yeah, Jesus, who knew there was such a criminal in this prestigious school? You're no better yourself, Mr. Daniel. Need I pull up the bill for the damaged library shelves and the countless burnt books? Your little midnight riot cost a hefty fortune. As quickly as he spoke, Daniel shut up and crossed his arms. He looked sad, but didn't say anything in his defense. I suppose that's why he was carrying so many books the other day. I knew it had to be a punishment. Listen, we're cutting you 3 a deal here. If anything, you should be thankful. Expulsion leads to a red flag on your record. You'll be seen as dangerous out in the real world with humans who don't regard magic as anything more than a useless tool. Going through the school programs will give you meaning. At the very least, it'll prove those who doubt you Prove to those who doubt you are there. At the very least, it'll prove those who doubt you that you can be a respectable part of society rather than one that resides in the already overpopulated tarot shops. She put away Stephen's file and brought up about three sheets of paper. She handed them to us, and I looked over it quickly. Listed in red were dates in which we'd have to report to the old buildings. There were a lot of Saturdays and Sundays, meaning I'd have absolutely no free time anymore. This was turning out to be hell. It won't be hard work. All we want is for you to sweep away the dust and separate the ruined supplies from the ones that we can still use. To be honest, most of us were against this at the very beginning, but there's no other choice. We need those buildings, and our students who are used to magic and the occult should be able to clean them with no problem. Couldn't you have hired a cleaning crew of graduates from the school? It's not as if there are many. Those that use magic don't always list it on their resume, and it'd be a hassle to go through our alumni list just to find someone, but we are trying. For every cleaning crew, there may be one or two amongst them who can handle what we're dealing with. After all, it'll take some time to find them. In the meantime, you three can take care of the easy tasks. Don't tell me there are ghosts in there. Give me a break. That was not the right voice. We don't know. Every time we've interviewed the crew, they simply said something not human resided in the old building. None of us are equipped for the dead. We aren't even allowed to study it. Hell, I'm here because of the whole contacting the dead spell. That is true, yes, but you'll at least have the tools to defend against bad energy. That's all it is. Our school is old, but no one has died here. All that's in those buildings is combined angst of hormonal teenagers. This will last until the end of the year, right? After that, our records will be clean? Correct. We'll use that time to find a proper cleaning crew with magic in their skill set. If you complete your task as you're told, and don't try anything stupid, your records will be cleared. Daniel gave himself a stupid smile and rested his hands in his pockets. Stephen, on the other hand, stood up and made for the door. He didn't even care to grab the piece of paper she had given to us. The deal itself was pretty sweet, but men like him seemed as if they couldn't stand to wash their own face properly. There was no doubt that he was going to just ignore Miss Levin's orders. I mean it, Stephen. If you show up on time and do as you're told, you'll be able to graduate with no troubles. Sure, okay. With that, he walked out of the office. Daniel quickly muttered his thanks to Miss Levins and folded up the piece of paper neatly. He left shortly after, and I shifted my weight for a moment. I thought about leaving, but it felt as if there were still more to say. I'll be off then. Emily, stay for a moment, will you? I knew it. Miss Levin still had more business with me. I wasn't ready for whatever she was about to say. Her words from before still lingered in my head. If she was going to apologize, I wouldn't know how to act. If she was going to add on to her last line, I definitely wouldn't be able to handle it. I chewed my lips as she walked over to the shelves near the window and pulled out a hot chocolate packet, along with a red kettle, already filled with water. With only her hand, she heated up the pot until it whistled. No thanks. You can give me coffee now. Or you can't... Oh. Nonsense. He used to love hot chocolate spiced with cat's envy. I knew you'd be coming, so I made sure to have some ready to make. She poured out the packet in an old mug I used to love using as a kid, making my face heat up at the sight. I had no clue she kept it, seeing as I asked for her to throw it away, as a few girls made fun of me for it during lunch so many years ago. The memory was fuzzy now, and I wondered why I was so bent on getting rid of the cup. I wasn't even friends with those kids, and the cup had a cute walrus design. Oh. After dropping in a few cubes of cat's envy, she handed the hot beverage over and motioned for me to sit. The scent was welcoming and nostalgic. I let down my guard just for a moment. I'm sorry. We never meant for you to be put on this assignment. A lone girl with 3 boys in the middle of the night cleaning and possibly getting hurt is unthinkable, but we had no choice. Your offense was damaging to not just a single room, but the whole building that we needed. We had countless supplies in there that are now useless. The board wouldn't let me give you any special treatment. I don't need any, but I'm also not guilty. Miss Levins turned away for a second, sat down in her chair to face me. I didn't like her expression. It was one I wasn't used to seeing. Anger and sternness I could handle with no problem, but disappointment and sadness sadness made me nearly spit out my hot chocolate. I know what it means to have your record tinged with red. Please, just do the best for this assignment. Stop acting so defiant all the time and accept that you made a mistake. I know you want to be a teacher, but no one can teach in this school if they have flagged records. I nearly slammed my mug on the desk. I never told her I wanted to be a teacher, and yet she knew it as if it were obvious. The sort of mind trick she always played was just unfair. However, I couldn't fight anymore. She was right. If I wanted to teach in this school, I needed a clean record. I was stuck, and there was no way out. Okay, guys. I'm actually leaving that one there. Let me save here. Number 4, overwriting it. Okie dokie. Thank you so much for watching. There's my button. Sorry. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see all of you next time. Bye.